Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to a review of Insurgency, one of my favorite games of 2014 so far. This was originally a source mod, but it had a standalone release on Steam. It's competitively priced at $15 and it goes on sale frequently. The gameplay is as deep as other AAA shooters selling for $60. It's extremely tactical and team-oriented. It's completely at the other end of the spectrum when compared to arcade-style first-person shooters like Call of Duty and Titanfall. It's slow-paced and methodical. You have to think about every single possible engagement before repositioning. There's no aiming crosshairs, no hit markers, no Doritos above enemies, and no kill indicators. You have to check the scoreboard to confirm your kills. You can't rely 100% on twitch shooting mechanics. I would say this game is about 75% tactics and 25% aiming skill to do well, whereas Battlefield 4 is 40% tactics and 60% aiming skill, and Call of Duty is 20% tactics and 80% aiming skill. It's about as intense as Red Orchestra, but not as intense as Arma, where Arma is 95% tactics and 5% aiming skill. There's a strong emphasis on realism-inspired mechanics. The guns have a heavy amount of recoil and kill quickly. Only 1 to 2 bullets from an assault rifle are required to kill an enemy. To simulate the effects of an elevated heart rate, your reticle sways a lot more if you aim directly after sprinting. Suppression is brutal, and you quickly learn to get out of gunfights when you're suppressed. When zooming with the scope, you maintain an unzoomed peripheral vision, unlike with most games where they black out the area around your scope. This is normally very hard on your GPU, but you can adjust your scope detail settings in graphics, but everyone on a modern system should run the game perfectly because it's a source engine game. The game modes are all objective based. There's no team deathmatch. You learn quickly to value your lives because respawn times are long and there's a limited respawn pool. If the primary reason that you play shooters is to brag about your KD ratio, Insurgency is not the game for you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the game does not keep track of your overall stats after each match. So if you're trying to stat pad or farm KD, it's pointless. Your goal for playing should be winning as a team. The maps are very standard for your military shooter. You have desert suburbs, urban lands, woodlands, and snow environments. You play as either terrorists or PMCs, and you have a limited gear selection based on your team. Terrorists can only use guns associated with terrorists like AK variants or guns with a lot of wood furniture, and the terrorist sniper class can even use a Mosin. Yes, the insurgents use the Mosin gun, the $100 rifle that shoots ammo that's 20 cents a round. The PMC uses stereotypical good guy guns like AR variants and guns with quad rails. You have a standard array of attachment choices like optics, grips, and suppressors, and there's not an over-the-top selection of weapons and attachments, and this is on purpose to keep the game more balanced. It's harder to balance a game if there are too many weapons and attachments because you have only so many roles that you need to fill. In any shooter, be it COD or Battlefield, you still end up with 4 to 5 guns that end up getting used a lot more than the others. Insurgency is very specific in its goal as a game to provide an intense, punishing, tactical, team-first shooting experience. There's a high learning curve in understanding the game mechanics and what you can and cannot get away with. You can't go into the game expecting skills from other shooters to immediately translate into success in Insurgency. The game is definitely not for everyone, whether it's a new generation of gamers that have been raised on instant, constant action shooters or busy gamers with a lot of work or family matters. Most FPS players prefer constant action and quick spawns to get in a few rounds in between classes or before work, or if you were like me in college, to take a study break and play a round or 20. Most popular Battlefield 4 servers even have quick spawns. It can definitely get to the point where you can get a lot accomplished in only 1 hour of playing Insurgency, but the feeling of accomplishment comes from success as a team, not individual stats. You don't have to be top tier competitive to enjoy the game, but you have to really commit to contributing to a community that wants team-oriented players. In summary, Insurgency provides excellent value, providing a gameplay experience as deep as other shooters priced much higher. But even with deep gameplay, the extent of content is limited and the game will be extremely punishing to new players. I give it a review score of B+, but I intend on playing a lot more hours of Insurgency. I see myself putting well over 50 hours into the multiplayer. Thank you very much for watching this review. Be sure to leave a like rating if I was informative, and subscribe to my channel for all things PC gaming. My name is David, and I will see you next video.